Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Psych Tarot Angel Oracle. I hope that you guys are having a good day. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. It would really help if you guys would support me back, okay? All right. Please make sure that you are familiar with my legal disclaimer. My readings are for entertainment purposes only. This is a reading for the collective, so you need to be able to use your best discernment. Feel free to take what resonates with you and leave what does not for the person that it is meant for. If you have a pendulum or if you know muscle testing, those are two ways that you can ask yes and no questions to further guide yourself while navigating readings. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes any gatekeeping, shadow banning, and copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted, so do not steal the messages from God and the Holy Spirit. I'm reminding the people watching about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against this contract and the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. Any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do not harm the prophets of God and do not shoot the messenger. Okay, if you don't pray, that's fine. I'm going to pray this for us. Okay, ask that the Most High God can be with us now. We're also calling upon Jesus. We're calling upon all of the Ascended Masters, the Saints, the Ophanim, calling upon the Galactic Federation of Light. I also am calling upon the Archangel, specifically Archangel Michael. I ask that he would please return all evil and block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. I ask now as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on the earth. I am eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord, my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay, so you're dealing with a bully. Somebody is dealing with a bully. Now, this bully could be a parent. It could be a loved one. It could be a friend. It could be somebody that is online. Okay. You don't necessarily have to know who this person is to still feel their energy. Okay. So somebody is trying to bully my collective into, it could be bullying you. It says embarrassment, gossip, and unwillingness. They could be wanting to embarrass you. They could be wanting to bully you into doing something or not doing something. Again, I'm going to always tell you guys to just be aware of what people expect of you, because this person feels entitled to your time and your energy, right? And I feel like you are a loving person, but you're not going to allow this person to just walk all over you and take your place or whatever this is about. This person could feel like they're very lonely in life and that they're looking at you like you need to fulfill their needs, right? This loneliness they're experiencing is because this person tried to isolate you. God's now isolated them. Yeah, you have memories with this person or you remember them. And so they could have been trying to do something to your memory overall. I think I'm going to turn the fan on. Give me 1 second. I just feel like the air is like heavy or something. So it just, having the fan on is going to be, okay. So this person could be out of breath. They could be overexerted. Hi, welcome in everybody coming into the chat. I hope you guys are having a good day. This person could be isolated. They could be lonely. They're remembering the good times you guys had, stuff like that. But I also am picking up that this person's really tired. They're tired of attacking you. They're tired of they have to keep doing whatever this ritual is. Death. This is what I'm saying. They want you to forget this. This person wants you to forget that they sent you death magic. Like, come on. You could have lost a loved one, an animal, a child, a father, a brother, a sister. You could have lost somebody, a friend, somebody very close to you because of this person's bullying. So I take bullying to be very serious. I feel like it's a crime. And it probably might be a crime. I'm not for sure, but there should be a law against bullying, like literally. So yeah, don't sweat it though. This person had some bright idea. They had some bright idea about you. This was a horrible idea to send this death magic to you. Somebody wants to see if you're going to resurrect from the dead or something ridiculous. Like, they're trying to make a death happen so they can this is literally basically somebody trying to experiment on another person. Like, oh, we're just going to put them through this death initiation. And if they make it out on the other side, I guess we'll know that they're really immortal, that they're resurrected. Like, I don't know. The moment that you ascend, this person is going to freak out and they're going to be so scared because they're going to realize that they were the one that was trying to get you to unalive yourself or do some other shit. This person's really stressed out because of their ideas. Their bad brain has got them tripping. They could be having pressure headaches, a lack of sleep. There's a card in the tarot deck that's called the Nine of Swords. This person's definitely in the Nine of Swords. And it's got somebody who's literally got their hands on their face like this. They're like, oh, and they're sitting up in bed. They can't leave bed. So again, this bright idea brought literal stress to them. And whatever this is about, this person is experiencing homelessness right now. And they're going to be experiencing that because that's what they were trying to bring to you. Their pride and their ego is what has them homeless. Maybe this person was paid to stalk you. I don't know. They were getting some type of something for bullying you. This person was either getting bribed or they were getting paid. Point blank, period. This is definitely to block you from a marriage, to block you from this. This person was very codependent on your energy, big time. Like literally very codependent on your energy. And they wanted to block this marriage from coming in. They're overloaded. They're like, oh, I don't know what to do now. They're just like overloaded. And this person feels like their energy truly annoys me because they feel so like sorry for themselves. They're the ones that caused their own suffering with this, you know? They could have had a different attitude about you and it wouldn't have gone this way. This person was blinded. Literally, they were blinded to who you really are. And whoever's in my collective, who they really are. Truly blinded. I mean, literally, God hid your door to value in such a way that this person is tripping. They're really upset that they don't have some type of access to you anymore. This person could have experienced an accident that literally, they could have been overloaded and experienced an accident that made them go blind. Or temporary blind or some shit. You never know how God's going to punish your enemies. That's why you just don't wish ill on them. Just, call for justice and judgment and leave it at that. Allow God to do what God's going to do. Because God basically is going to cause this person to have an accident if they haven't already had this accident. And this serves this person right because they've unalived people with magic before. This individual has sent this death energy to bullying other people. And God remembers this with the memory card. People around this person are dying. That's why they're alone. The people that were supposed to be there are passing away now because of the backfire of this magic that they were doing. This is why you never do witchcraft on people. You have no idea what you're going to put your children through. Let's say that this person's got children. All of their children are cursed now. And so that's like why you do not mess with the prophets of God, This is specifically somebody that has an ability, and somebody with, you guys, you've got abilities, literally. They wanted you overloaded so that you couldn't get married, and they wanted you to be blind and make an accident and marry the wrong person. God would never allow that to happen. This person was told to stop. They were told to stop messing with your energy. They were told if they stopped messing around in your energy, that maybe God would give them a break. But if they don't stop, there's no warning, no other warning that's going to come from the Most High. Like, this person is pissed off. This person is pissed off. You've been missing me. I'm on here almost every day. But yeah, this person is so pissed off because this person has gotten numerous signs from the universe that you are not the one to play with, that they need to stop this ridiculousness. And now they're scared, and they're like, whatever they were trying to do to your real estate, bad idea. Very bad idea. Yeah, you could be gaining real estate. This person wants to know where you live. I don't think that that's appropriate. I don't think this person's appropriate. I don't think that they're any good. They're like, this is somebody that is straight up an enemy. It started with bully. Like, I think that people that bully other people, I think that the bullies are probably envious of the people that they bully. Oh, you were sick? That sucks. That sucks. Being sick is no fun. Strategy. Like I'm saying, this person had a strategy of how they were going to take you out and take away your home and make you homeless. This person's an idiot. They should have all of this energy that they've wasted on you. They should have used that on making their own life better, and then their life would be better. But they're blaming God, blaming the spiritual realm for not taking your gifts from you. And they're blaming everything. Please don't say shit like that to me, okay? I'm not here for sex. I'm here for giving divine messages. But yeah, this person had a strategy, not a good strategy. I mean, they were told to stop. That's what I keep getting. Now they're experiencing, a supernatural disturbance. Now they're experiencing a supernatural disturbance. Too bad. This person is probably, you'll know who they are. They're one of the most boring people that I've ever come across. I just feel like I could just take a nap. Like, they're just boring. But yeah, you've got an alliance with the spiritual realm. So this supernatural disturbance is not hitting you. And again, you could also have a pet. You could have a dog. You could have a cat, but you don't have to. But I'm literally picking up that somebody has an animal that was sent to them by God, and it protects from these weird supernatural disturbances. You know what I mean? This person thought that they were very clever. Literally. They thought that they were clever as shit. And this was the worst idea. Trying to become a third world party. Geez, they could come from a third world country, but trying to be a third wheel to your, whatever your relationship is, and trying to you have an alliance with somebody in the spirit, and they tried to break your connection to that. You're going to receive justice for this. This was definitely, this bully was somebody that wanted to be your friend, but I think you rejected them. They created a lot of conflict to the point where now you're just 24 hours a day ready for the ass, But yeah, you're ready for this person if they try to come back and do anything. I mean, seeing the justice there, it's like something's going to be balanced out in your favor. Because this person was so much in their pride and ego that so adamant about you not getting married. What in the hell is that about? Like, that's crazy. Are you married? I feel like you could even, some of you that end up coming across this message may even be married, and this person just doesn't know, or something. They're in denial. This illness, this person is physically sick right now, and they're an introvert, which means they're not having good luck when it comes to turning others against you. This is literally somebody that is under the illusion that you are sleeping on them, and I don't feel like you are. Dang it. The nightmare card just fell on the ground. Really? This person's been trying to mess with your sleep cycle, trying to be a nightmare. And then you're coming into good luck. This is what I'm saying. They feel like you having good luck, or you having spiritual abilities and good luck, is a problem to them, that they need to be protected from you. Again, this person's delusional. They've sent so many requests into the spiritual realm and made so many offerings and libations against you to no avail. Hesitation. This person's extremely hesitant. I mean, truly, hesitation. They don't know what to do now because you are moving forward and they don't have access to your energy. That's what this is about. They want this good luck, but you left a situation. You left something that was extremely toxic, or somebody that was extremely toxic. And this is somebody who is protesting that you are a child of God. I'm not kidding. This sweetheart energy, that you are a beloved child of God. This person was trying to argue with God about you being a child. Like, what? How are you going to sit there and argue with the Most High about what the Most High gave to somebody else? Like, that's crazy. Also, I just felt water magic, and I felt a hint of deja vu. Imagination. They were very imaginative about how they were going to, cause you to have, be persecuted and and cause you to suffer and all this shit. And it's them that's suffering. But you are what you attract. This person is, sufferable. They're just, yuck. They're cursed. This person tried to curse you. They're very imaginative of how they were going to get this curse to stick to your profession. They don't want you working in whatever field you work in. So whatever it is that you do, if you develop something, they don't want that coming into fruition. You're already in your profession. You're already in your divine life purpose. So you already have this talent. So them trying to curse it now, if they wanted this curse to really work, they should have done that to you when you were not in this profession. You know what I'm saying? They should have done this to you when you were not already in your divine life purpose, because this shit's not going to work. This is just like somebody's imagination. This person shouldn't be allowed to have an imagination if this is what they're going to create. But yeah, they had this on a schedule, that they were going to curse your job on schedule. Like, oh, it's coming around 1 o'clock. We got to send that curse energy to so-and-so. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. And the spirits are like, yeah, we'll take your liquor. We'll take your food. We'll accept these offerings. But you mean this chosen one that's in their job, you want us to do what to that? Oh yeah, no, we can accept your offerings, but we can't do nothing to this person. So the ancestors are like, what in the hell are you doing? Like, we can't stand behind you on this shit. This person did not want to hear that shit. They're like, motherfucker can't tell me nothing. A bee's in the trap. This person will never leave the trap. They are going to fall into the trap that they made. Selfness. Whatever. Yeah, mulish attitude, arrogant. I wish that they would have put these words in another font other than white. Okay. That would have been a lot for me to drop right there. Okay. This is definitely, they're very, very stubborn and argumentative about your aid and what help comes to you. And they're like trying to get God to not show you mercy. But literally, there's no amount of curse energy that's going to cause God to turn on the chosen. God knows this person is sending you magic. And that's why God's dispatching archangels and people in the physical to help guide you out of this situation. Some people mistake kindness for weakness, but they don't want this shit getting out. What is the hell is going on? I'm going to play the throat chakra. They think that kindness is a weakness, and they don't even understand that's your biggest strength. The fact that you've allowed them to get away with this shit this far, they need to stop taking that for granted. Because one day you may just end up, you poke the bear so many times and then boom, one day the bear just slaps back, and it only takes one swipe of the bear to take somebody's face off. So this is what I'm saying. So yeah, this person's in a lot of loss. They're in a lot of loss right now because they don't have your destiny, and they're aware of this. They wanted this job that you have. They daydream about being whatever your profession is. I'm not kidding. You could like become a fucking sheep herder tomorrow, and this person would all of a sudden want to be a sheep herder. like it's not actually about what your job is. This is just because the aesthetic of your job looks really good, if that makes sense. But at least you know that somebody's trying to compete with you. They're trying to create some type of evidence, investigation, or trying to get you investigated. I think you have been investigated, and there was nothing that was found out about that. Like, this person wanted to put you in prison and confine you. They don't want you having a family. What type of evil ass person makes libations on a day-to-day basis, trying to get you locked up or put in spiritual purgatory or some shit? It's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. This person's furious that their libations and donations and everything are rejected. Like, they're accepted, but the request that this person made against you is rejected. Which is funny. That's funny. They were coached on how to do this stuff. They're like, wait, it works with everybody else. No, it doesn't. This person's just delusional. They're under this magic that they tried to create. They don't realize that, this blessing is yours and that you are the blessing. So they can't, this blessing comes with a gift, and it helps you with merit making. It helps you. It's going to help you balance out your karma. Just think about every person that you bring to the light or you help. Yeah, you've got sweet dreams because you made a vow with the Most High, and they were overindulging and bribing people. You're going to get some good news about this. And this promise is not compromised. This person's going to want you to compromise with them, and you're A-okay on your own. They were wearing a mask the entire time, and they wanted to steal your fate. Wanted to rob you, steal your fate. Crazy as fuck. Excuse me. But yeah, that's wild. Want to steal your fate, and they think that your fate has to do with your profession, and I don't even think that those two things are linked right now. So it's like, how are you going to steal somebody's fate when you don't know what it is? This person doesn't have access to the Akashic records. They have access to demons. And we know that the devil is a liar. The devil doesn't have anything worthwhile to really say. So other than, yeah, sure, you want to give me your soul? I'll get you that person's destiny. I'll do it. What in the fuck? No, it's not possible. You can't even do that. But But the devil, you can't blame the devil for still wanting to try to trick this person. I mean, I don't blame the devil for tricking them, because again, this is all to stop you from using your gift to merit make. That's demonic as hell. Whatever person wants to put you in prison and wants to gain some type of get investigated, that person's really evil. They want you to experience a loss, and they don't want anybody to give you aid. And they were trying to curse your job. You could have prayed over your job, and this person was literally trying to protest the fact that you're alive. That's crazy. They wanted you to be hesitant so you wouldn't know what the correct choice is. I swear this is trying to keep you away from a person. So maybe there's a person that's part of your destiny. Yeah, this is definitely about, if you were sick, then this person wouldn't want to be with you. You don't even want to be with this person that they're freaked out about. So I don't know why they're doing this. They don't have any reason. This is why you're going to get justice, because they were told to stop, and they want to be some type of third wheel. Who wants to be the side chick? What is up with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Well, if none of it resonates, then this one might not be for you. But yeah, they were so stuck in their pride and ego. I'm not even kidding. This also could be somebody you don't know about, because this is about your enemy. They're stressed out. This person was trying to bully you about something, because they don't want you coming into union with somebody else, basically. But yeah. I want to see if there was any crimes that they were planning besides stealing destiny, which is obviously a spiritual crime, besides wanting to do, this is what I said, that it's not so much about what you're doing, it's about your energy. So this person, it could be that maybe your job is not that great, but it like I said, you could become a sheep herder tomorrow, and this person would want to do the same shit. So you got somebody that's like a copycat. But I feel like this person, I don't know, they're like, maybe they commit some type of fraud on a daily basis. Oh, nice. Dr. Sleep is going to be so good. And the Dark Tower. Wow. That'll be awesome. Good. I'm glad that you remembered. Yeah, debt. This is exactly it. This person only wants to switch fates with you because they're viewing whatever you do as being really lucrative, and it's because you're doing it. And literally, that's why I was saying you could change your profession like suddenly, and this person would also want to change their profession. So they're in debt. They also feel like you have something that they don't have. And this is why I was thinking it was a spiritual gift, but I'm feeling like maybe, it's energy. It's probably the energy to do something. Also, this person feels very trapped in their own sorrows. And I feel like this tunnel energy. Okay. So literally this person, I got this thing about the tunnels the other day, how there's tunnels underneath a lot of the cities in this world. This person could have some type of tie to trafficking or something like that. Because I see people moving through this tunnel. You know what it kind of also reminds me of? Like the Underground Railroad. That's what it reminds me of, a lot of that energy. So I don't know if this person could be racist. Neighborhood. This is what I'm saying. You might want to check and see if there's tunnels underneath the neighborhood you left or the neighborhood that you live in now. I've seen some really freaky shit inside some of these tunnels. So I know that lots of cities have them, but not all of them do. Apparently in Hollywood, you can get from one area to another area with using these underground tunnels. But they're like basically created for the elites to travel without being detected. Landfill. Yeah. this landfill throwaway energy. I keep picking up on some type of fraud that this person was committing. This is somebody that you would just throw away in the damn trash, literally. Not to be rude, but I feel like this person could be sick. They definitely had a meeting with other people about you having an awakening. This is definitely somebody, just beware of either somebody coming back from the past that is going to be like love bombing, because there may be somebody that wants to come back from the past, or somebody that wants to come in that sees you as very wealthy. They say you as having your shit together. What is with this? Female. This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's a female energy. They see you having your shit together. They want to come back into your life, but they don't know where you are. This person's a little bit creepy, but they also might be somebody that you don't know. So this is why I feel like these people could have had, this feminine could have had, I don't know what it's called when you look somebody up and you try to find out like their net worth. This person thinks that you are about to receive some type of wealth, and they want to be a part of that. They want to be attached to you when you receive it. It says with this meeting, this is an organized crime. I feel like it's some type of bank fraud, but I feel like this person, oh, really? Good. Block them. Block them if they try to come in. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you don't have COVID. It would be better to just have like a regular cold, but you know, if you can get to the store, put on a mask and get one of those tests so that you know. Because what I think happens is like when people get COVID, I feel like their body puts out some type of antibody against it so that you don't get that same type again, kind of like a cold. So you're drinking tea. Good. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're drinking tea. Put some honey in the tea. That will definitely help. Yeah, and you got meds. Okay, good. Yeah, always make sure you're taking care of yourself, because these people are waiting for you to slip up in any type of way so they can slither their snake ass in. And drinking lots of water too. Good. Welcome in, Jacob Resendez. Hopefully I said that right. Well, I am here, just kind of across the internet. But yeah, this is some type of scam, I feel. You know, I feel like the amount of scamming that goes on nowadays is like crazy. If anybody were to ever pretend to be me and message any of you guys, that's not me. Okay, I don't message people. But yeah, I feel like that type of energy, some type of scam. You guys are going to see this coming. Okay, Jacob, if you have a question, go ahead and type it in and I'll look at that, okay? But I'm just doing a reading for the collective, which means some of this will be for you, some of it will be for somebody else. You just need to be able to use your best discernment. Yeah, this organized crime had to do with your home, where you were living at, and your neighborhood. So there was somebody, they wanted to do a cover up, is what I'm getting. I mean, it's deceit, it's scamming one way or another. I just feel like there's somebody that's a scammer, they're a liar or something. So beware of that. I feel like there's somebody as a gold digger. There it is. I cut it right there on fraud. They are a gold digger. And then once they get caught, be very careful with who you share your bank statements with. Make sure that you have your files protected when you do your taxes, all of this stuff. Good. I'm glad that you're still living nice. Like, that's awesome. Because, yeah, just chill and relax. That's going to be the best thing you can do. And just wait it out until you can move. This person's going to straight up run away. Once they get caught, they're going to run away, and they think that they're going to leave like you as being the one that looks guilty. But this person doesn't realize that it's their it's their boots that are making a trail in the ground. Like it's going to be measured up to their foot, not yours. This person's running away from some type of fraud that they committed or that they're attempting to commit. Okay. And this started out with them being in debt. So, and also they had an accomplice, somebody that was going to help them either, pretend to be you, or that's what I'm getting. Like somebody pretending to be you or impersonating you, or again, this is some type of weird setup energy, but I'm getting that this happens to people all the time and they don't even realize that they're getting set up. Yeah, I know, right? It's not going to be carpet. Okay. But you know what you can do? You can also get the like carpets that go on top of wood floors. Okay. So no fireplace. Well, you can always get a digital fireplace. They look like fireplaces, but they attach to the wall. Yeah, do rugs, yeah, or install carpet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You could definitely do rugs, and you'll be happy with that. Just make sure that you get the runner rugs that go down the hallways and stuff like that, because those frequently, they didn't say no. That's good. Yeah, those that frequently basically go through the house, it's going to be down the hallways that you have the most, like if you were to get carpet put in, it's down the hallways, and then it's in the living room right by the kitchen. It's all of the walkways basically that will get like deteriorated over time. They'll get worn out, and so that's why I would say leaving the hard floor, that way if anything does spill, it can be an easy cleanup, and then purchasing some rugs, and you don't have to get super expensive rugs, but find something that you do like that's got, I'm seeing like the color blue or maybe turquoise, just something that you personally like. Okay, Jacob, I'm looking at your question. So I don't think that this deck I'm using right now is going to answer your question. So give me just 1 second. I'm seeing 3 different things happening this next week. So is there something going on with your job? I usually don't use tarot on here, but I feel like we're going to use this one. Okay. So you have a lot of heavy things happening. You know what? There is a heaviness to the air that I have felt all day. Let's see what's happening next week. You got 3 different things that are going on. This is what I'm picking up on your energy, Jacob, is that you have 3 different things going on. I don't know if you're making a transition or making a change, or maybe this is a job change. Boom, success. First card, success. So yeah, you're going to be successful. I definitely felt that, but whatever this challenge is, it's going to be difficult, but you're going to be successful. So yeah, I don't feel like you need to worry about anything. Well, worry's not going to do you any good, just in general. So yeah, dominion. This could be about getting a new position, this dominion. Or it could be about getting a new place to live, or it could be about getting a new partner. Whatever this is, you're going to be successful. You're going to have dominion over something, or be given dominion over something. Knight of Wands. So there could have been a Knight of Wands that was competing with you for something. I feel like this person is realizing that they cannot beat you. And I feel like you're going to have domination over this energy, whoever this person is. Maybe this is like having an employee. So it's like not like sexual domination, but it's like you could basically be a manager or something like that. Indolence. So just be wary of having people around you that are lazy. because indolence has to do with being lazy and feeling entitled. This Knight of Wands that you were dealing with could have been lazy and felt entitled. This could be why you're replacing this person. Something like that. That's just a feeling that I get, is that you've got somebody in your energy that's kind of wanting to ride the coattails of your success, if that makes sense. So be aware of that. The Sun, you're bringing illumination. So absolutely illumination to this person's laziness. Well, possibly you doing something the correct way is going to bring illumination. But I do see that you are a light and that you bring light to those who are in darkness. And so you may be experiencing kind of like a dark night of the soul, or you may be coming in. Basically, when you're in the dark night of the soul, you don't know what your purpose is. But I feel like that there's something bigger happening that's going to realign you with your purpose, if that makes sense. And your purpose is using your gifts and your abilities and your talents to help other people and help yourself, basically. So the Sun is a very good energy. Prince of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you are this Prince of Cups energy. Very, very kind, very compassionate. But people may take you to be either a fool sometimes, or they may think that your kindness is a weakness. I don't feel like that's true. I think kindness is a strength. And I feel like whatever this is that you do or you're doing is going to require you to be a compassionate person. And so that's why you're better fitted for the job, like for whatever this is. Activity, this doesn't have to be a job. This could be a project. It could be, something. So these ones just fell out. And we've got the Hierophant, which means you're here for higher learning. There is something unique about your energy that you can call for judgment and make decisions. The Hangman is this person being sacrificed, you being more qualified and more trained or whatever, more professional. Maybe this is even about a lover. You've beat somebody in a competition is what I'm saying. Somebody was competing with you. And then this Science, this Hangman energy is literally them sacrificing somebody. I don't know if what you have to do is with science or if you're into science, but that is a message for somebody. And then Satiety is being satiated, which means you're full, you're complete, and you're good. Okay, so this is really good energy. This Hangman could also represent something that you had to sacrifice in your life to get to where you are. This could be a bad habit, a person, a place, a thing. Why do I keep hearing a job or something, or a way of thinking about yourself? So, so yeah, you'll have to let me know what this is about. Well, you don't have to, but I'll pull a couple more cards. Valor. This is definitely about valor. You're going to be happy with this success. This is a victory. Being valiant is being victorious, it's being courageous, and it's being a hero, basically. So yeah, you are going to be able to make it through just fine. Abundance. Yo, this is freaking great news. Overflowing abundance. Valiant. And you're going to be happy with this new amount of abundance that comes into your life. You're just going to be so thrilled because this is a consistent amount of abundance. This is abundance that continues to overflow and it does not stop. So this is a really beautiful thing right now. Strength. You have a lot of strength, and when you focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses, you will overcome whatever this is, whatever this challenge is. The Tower. So sometimes there are towers that exist. Okay. These towers sometimes they can seem like it's not a good thing. Okay. But that's an illusion. Anytime that there's a tower, it's actually a good thing because people that were in power are getting kicked out of their position, basically. It also can represent things falling apart. But again, this is whatever you bring about could make things fall apart for other people, but it's with the intent to build things back up the correct way. So Queen of Swords. Yeah, you definitely know when to say yes and when to say no, and when to cut people off and when to go. Your intuition is impeccable, Jacob, and I think that your virtue makes you really shine as a unique being in this world. So I feel like any company, any twin flame, they're the right people out there for you, and these people will find you. You will draw them to you, because I feel like you're vibrating in the energy of success, and you are extremely compassionate, kind person. I feel like maybe you could feel like sometimes you have a temper, but I feel like that it's not as, maybe other people in your life exaggerated that or tried to make you feel that way. You're also this Prince of Discs. I have to cover up his body parts, but yeah. So that also shows me that you have two Prince energies here. And both of these are in a chariot being pulled by an animal. So these animals may be significant to you. They may be a power totem to you. You may want to start integrating the energy of animal totems into your life. You lost your job and now you have a case from a mistake that you did and you regret it, ruined your life, and you feel at your lowest point. Okay. So yeah, this is about a job. So, you know, like I was saying, the tower may, when anytime that there's a tower and it feels like you're going through a tower, it's basically where you feel like every avenue of your life is open for attack. Basically, you learning when to cut people off is going to be really important. So you made a mistake. Is it a mistake that could get you thrown in jail or something? The thing is that I feel like, well, it just depends on what type of mistake. It is something that could get you thrown in jail. Do you have a lawyer already assigned? Because what I'm getting is that you need the right representation. So the thing is that mistakes are mistakes, right? It just depends the degree of your mistake. Like, let's say that you work at a liquor store and somebody comes in and they have a fake ID and you don't recognize that it's a fake ID, and you sell them liquor and then a cop comes in to bust you after. Like, that would be like a mistake at your job, right? Like, you made a mistake. You didn't, and it just depends if you intentionally tried to make that mistake or if it was a true mistake. Because a mistake is a mistake. And yes, you're going to get fired for it, is what I'm feeling. That's with the tower, but this is going to change your life, basically. So yeah, what I feel like is what they're going to be looking at in court is if you intentionally tried to make this mistake. Like, you knew that person's ID was off, but this job was not very high compatible for you. There was kind of some turmoil there, because I definitely was feeling somebody putting pressure on you, trying to compete with you. The new Aeon. Something about this is going to bring about a new age for you. So there's going to be some change. That's why I was picking up that there was 3 situations that Spirit is working on. What I would do is I would pray about this court case. What I feel like they're going to be looking for is to see if you had any malicious intent, and if this was a part of any other bigger type of scheme or some shit like that. If there was stolen money or money missing or something like that, you may have to pay that money back or something. It just depends what the mistake was. Now, if this was something that was like you sexually harassed somebody else at work, then I feel like this tower is going to hit really hard. But I don't know if there is somebody else involved in this mistake or if it's just you. Just kind of depends if it was premeditated and the degree of the mistake. Like, I feel like you might be disappointed with the whole situation and the outcome of it, but spirits, you know, spirits wanting you to learn from this experience and become more virtuous. Know when to cut people off and when they're no good. That's what I'm hearing specifically. I don't know if if you are an artist, you may have an ability that you don't know about. So this situation and you getting fired from your job may throw you into a new life, literally. Okay, I don't know. I'm okay. You stopped. Good. So you stopped with the art. Continue with the art. The art is going to be something to heal you. So, and it just depends on also if it was one mistake or if you made the same mistake 300 times. So that's how I'm seeing what they're going to be looking for, right? I mean, when I asked if you were going to have to go to jail, I wasn't really feeling it, but I'm feeling like that there's still some of this that's up in air. I see two realities, one where you're penalized and one where you're not, one where you're victorious. I think that part of this is because you're creating this situation. So healing whatever's in your shadow that caused this situation to happen is going to be really important. Because again, like we're all human. We're all prone to making mistakes. Okay. Like and so getting fired for that is one thing. But if somebody else was really harmed in the process, then there may be some reparations that have to be paid, basically. That makes sense. Oh, did I? That's so weird. Oh, I didn't freeze. I was just asking when I was being really still. It's fine now. Yeah. Okay, good. That's so weird. But yeah, I literally feel like somebody could be wanting to have a victory over you in another type of way. So I don't know what this mistake was, but this oppression, that may be something that you have to deal with for a little bit, or it may be that they put you on some type of, like, I just feel like you may have to pay some money to the courts or to the company or something like that for this. Hopefully, if they give you a certain money amount to pay, then you can just pay that or make a payment plan. And again, what I'm feeling is like if you take if your lawyer offers you a plea deal, I'm getting take the plea deal. The plea deal will be lesser of a punishment than whatever else would be. Okay. So if they offer you a plea deal, take the plea deal. Cause I feel like but always use your own intuition and always be using a pendulum, asking God to give you signs, asking your spirit guides, all of that. Okay. And asking your intuition. But yeah, what I'm getting is that you may have to like do community service, or you may have to pay a fine, or it may be a weeks in jail and community service and a fine, or they may put something on your record or whatever this is. I'm just getting that the plea deal is going to be a lot less worse than the conviction, and they would probably, yeah, I totally get that for sure. For sure. Yeah. And I don't want anybody to come across this and like use it against you. Yeah, community service does suck, but you know what? I think almost everybody's had to do community service before. You can, if they give you the opportunity to find your own community service, you could actually, in my younger days too, yeah, teenager, you could actually find a community service thing that you like to do. Like if you like to work with animals, you find a rescue center or something like that and devote your time there if they allow that. But I feel like I mean, that's what I'm just really getting To be successful, you're going to have to take a compromise. Yeah, this is definitely about gain. Oppression and gain. They have something to gain by oppressing you, and that's money. Yeah, pleasure. So use your intuition. Literally ask your angels to show you what to do, because I do know that there is something here that was illegal that happened. Or I mean, again, it just depends on if you made the mistake many times and are on camera, whatever evidence they have. I do get that they have evidence, but still, sometimes losing is winning. And this is a very good time to learn when lose. See, this Hierophant is definitely the person that's going to judge you. I feel like they may try to sacrifice you with the Hangman. This has something to do with science. I don't know what, but it has something to do with science. But yeah. You have the strength to endure this tower. This tower is inevitable, but you can recover from it and you can be forgiven and stuff. You know, apologizing is very good advice. Admitting that, you know, that you made a mistake. They already know that you made this mistake. You know, it may be better for you to just be very honest. Don't try to lie about anything, and make sure that you are open with your lawyer. Like you're open when you speak with your lawyer, okay? Because again, don't take any of my advice over what your lawyer says. Your lawyer knows the law and knows how to fight these things, right? And so that's why listening to them, any professional, don't ever take any psychic advice over a real professional in the field who, you know, is knowing what they're doing. But also, I do know that lawyers will make deals on certain cases to not help certain people. And anyways, it's just like a setup. But, you know, I'm feeling like you're definitely going to lose your job, and you might be penalized. They're gonna, if you don't add, if there's, you can say guilty, not guilty, or no contest. No contest is what I'm getting. And then if they give you a plea deal, you know, that plea deal, even if it's shitty, is going to be better than the full sentence for whatever this is what I'm getting. So, but again, you're going to be the one that's in the tower. And so that's why you're going to have to know when to use your intuition when you're in that moment and you're getting offered that plea deal. But I also see that, you know, unless this is a felony, you're going to be able to get another job. So like, this isn't the end of the world, but it's an end it's an end of your job, basically. Yeah, this Prince of Swords energy. So 3 princes came out. You're going to have to defend yourself, but it'll be worth it. And just make sure that you are, you know, communicating. If you have any documents you have to get, make sure you have that. Yeah. So again, I'm not seeing you brought your partner into a situation by accident. Okay, yeah. So that's why I was getting there's more, because I felt like there was 3 things that they had against you. Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. But that's okay. I mean, I do feel like you're going to have to deal with some type of oppression. And hopefully, you know, hopefully your partner doesn't have to go down too. But I think that they're going to be looking at it as a conspiracy, you know. So I just heard, Knight of Discs. A lot of, okay, so Prince to Knight. So yeah. and they're a Queen of Wands. There's also a Queen of Wands involved. There's a lot of things involved in this situation. Like literally, there's so many different things in this situation that are still up in air. So what you don't want is to be put on the stand. That's what you don't want. You don't want it to go to a trial to where you're being put on the stand. That's what I'm being shown. So again, like, just be aware that this may not go the way that you would like it to go, but it will be a resolution to something, and then learning and never making this mistake again. The Chariot, which is the police. So yeah, I don't know. They may put out a warrant. That's why I'm getting, like, if you cooperate, things are going to be much easier. But if you don't cooperate, they're going to make shit real hard. But like I said, sometimes, sometimes losing is winning, and sometimes winning is losing. People that play stupid games win stupid prizes. This was a very foolish thing to have done. So you're just going to have to kind of eat the karma, and I'm so sorry. Learn from it and heal yourself so that this mistake is never made again, even though you won't be in the same position to make this mistake again, basically. Yeah, and if you do the right thing, you will enter into the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this Wheel of Fortune will be available to you. What I would do is, if you feel like you really harmed somebody, or you put somebody's life in danger, or whatever this is about, or you did something that was really wrong, repent to the Most High God. God, see, this is the one thing that people don't anticipate, is that God is the most powerful thing that exists. And there's nothing more powerful than God. God can do anything in anyone's life. And so, no matter what, if you're at a high point in your life or the lowest point in your life, God is going to accept you wherever you come from. But yeah, repenting for what you did and apologizing and being very apologetic. Again, this could require you to have to write a letter of apology or something humiliating. I mean, it's really not humiliating to apologize for a mistake that that you made. You know what I mean? But also, if it was a true mistake, and you don't want them interviewing your partner, okay? So, or putting them on the stand, because the shit's just going to look guilty as fuck. So this is why I'm saying to use your best intuition, okay? And use your discernment when you're in the moment. Try to stay calm and know that, yes, you have to take responsibility for what you've done, but you'll get through this. It's not going to, like, unalive you or anything, okay? And hopefully you can take a plea deal and have it not be a felony. That's more of what I'm saying. Like if they say that, okay, we're gonna do a plea deal, and you have to spend 2 weeks in jail, pay a fine of $5,000 and whatever else, even if that sounds shitty, just accept that, because yeah, you don't want the full amount of the punishment, and the judge, may really want to actually oppress you. So just be aware of that. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. We're calling in positivity. Make sure that you guys are subscribed. Jacob, make sure that you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you guys are notified of every time that I go live. And always come back and update me on the situation as it unfolds, whatever you can tell me. And we can continue to work on it. But yeah, make sure that you're going within to access God, and that you truly repent, and that you're sorry for, and this is going to be something easy to do, because if you're really sorry that you made a mistake, I'm so sorry that I made this mistake, how can I make it right? It would be ideal if these people wanted to settle out of court, but I think that they would want a lot of money, and you don't have a lot of money to be settling out of court. So they're going to go forward with the legal proceedings, but knowing that everything that we talked about today is going to help you get through the situation. Okay, you guys, thank you for being here with me. I appreciate you all. Make sure that you like this video, share it if you feel compelled to, hit that notification bell, subscribe. I love you. I'll see you in the next reading. Peace be with you. I hope that you guys are safe and have a wonderful afternoon. Okay. All right, you guys. Bye.